A Chinese J-16 just dropped its gear on a US deck. No transponder. No clearance. 2 Super Hornets already airborne. You clicked for that moment, this is it. In the next minute, we break the CIC math under fire, why Captain Cole held fire as the jet lined up, why the final visual passes mattered, and how Wire 3 fixed the crisis, or primed it. You'll see the guard and mirror protocols, the calls, the hand signals, and the instant pivot from kill chain to custody. What would you do when one wrong command starts a war? Comment your choice below. Before we move on, I'd like to ask you a small favor. If you appreciate this content, please take a second to like this video and subscribe to the channel. Over 98% of you watch the videos without subscribing. It costs you nothing, but it makes a huge difference to us. So, did you click the subscribe button? Great! Thank you so much. Now, back to the video. 60 seconds. One gap in a kill chain. That's how a war starts by mistake, and how this one didn't. Pre-dawn haze sits over the water when the first chirp hits CIC. A skin track with no IFF lights up the scope. The nose reads a J-16 profile. Alarms cascade, not the screaming kind, the clipped tones that move hands. On the flight deck, the air boss watches the groove. In the chair, the captain tracks a different clock, thresholds, intent, consequences.
State media says the country's newest and most advanced aircraft carrier is now in service. The commissioning of its 3rd aircraft carrier comes as Beijing has been expanding its Navy. It is now the largest in the world in terms of the number of ships.
It is that power projection, that force projection that China is trying to realize, Vlad. And this is the Fujian that we're talking about. It is China's most advanced aircraft carrier. It is a state-of-the-art airplane launch system that it has. And this is electromagnetic, sort of like a maglev system, using magnetic fields to basically hurl airplanes off of the deck.
2 leaders see the same problem from different angles, and one of them has to decide when a dot becomes a threat. Launch bars drop. 2F divided by a -18E Super Hornets punch off the bow, burners carving light into the gray. Controllers feed headings, altitude blocks, and a no-joy call for comms. The intruder refuses standard radio calls. No guard response. No language swap. Zip lip on the deck means the light signals do the talking, but the J-16 doesn't play. It keeps coming, steady, like a chess piece that ignores the board because it thinks it knows the endgame. The net is already up. An E-2D lays eyes on the approach vector and cues the picture. The spy radar builds a clean track and keeps it. Emkin clamps the ship's voice, because silence is also armor. An approaching jet isn't hostile by default, it becomes hostile when it hits lines you've drawn in doctrine, in law, in your own training scars. Range rings. Aspect. Speed. A climb can be curiosity, a dive can be commitment. Until those add up, you hold fire and hold your breath. The Hornets slide in for the visual pass. They rock wings, the oldest handshake in the sky. They pop a flare, a magnesium shout that says, "Turn away now." They offset, slide left, put metal between the intruder and the deck, a flying fence. This is the last non-kinetic shove off the glide slope. You don't want to burn a missile to teach a lesson if a gesture can carry the weight. But then the J-16 makes the move that breaks the script. The gear drops. The arresting hook swings down. Inside the bubble, that posture splits the room. It can mean a pilot fleeing a system. It can mean hydraulics are gone and the only flat piece of steel around is yours. Or it can mean a trap that puts steel and explosives on your runway. Ambiguity is a weapon too. Why not shoot? ROE draws 3 gates: hostile intent, hostile act, clear threat indicators. A landing config muddies all 3. Missiles hot on your jets doesn't mean automatic release. You need the act that crosses the line, and right now the jet looks like a cripple, a defector, or both. Plus, you're not just weighing a shot. You're weighing the price that follows the shot.
China has commissioned its latest aircraft carrier after extensive sea trials. Here's what to know. The Fujian is China's third aircraft carrier. The carrier will allow its navy to expand its area of operations and contest waters as far as Guam. It's part of Chinese President Xi Jinping's massive military overhaul and expansion, and the first that it has both designed and built itself. The carrier adds to what is already the world's largest navy.
The deck moves like muscle memory. Yellow shirts carve a lane, arms cutting air, eyes on wheels. Crash and salvage crews stage foam lines, bright hoses ready to drown fire in seconds. EOD scans skin panels, looks for lanyards, odd bulges, pins where no pins should be. Marines stack at the foul line, posture low, rifles slung, hands open for custody, not combat. Every billet has a task and every task buys you seconds. The J-16 rides the groove. The lens shows on speed. The meatball drifts, corrects, holds. The hook kisses steel and bites wire 3. The jet yanks to a stop, nose bowing once, then still. No flash. No collision. No chain reaction. In one cable, the battle pivots. You go from intercept to control, from shoot/no-shoot to handle, search, secure. The calm after is loud because everyone is still holding the scream inside. Canopies crack. The pilot's hands lift, slow and deliberate. The crew chief signals, and the first touch is custody, not rescue. Then you see it. A pouch. Not a bag thrown by fear, but a staged delivery. Intelligence risk replaces air defense in a breath. What you accept onto that deck can trigger a second fight you didn't plan for, inside your own secure spaces. The captain weighs a new set of thresholds now. Chain of custody, debrief rooms, compartmented access. What you let the air wing see, what you keep dark even from your own. Because the next move isn't just about a jet that landed where it shouldn't. It's about what that pouch claims to prove, who needs to hear it, and who is already listening. One cable did the heavy lift. A shoot call became custody. That is ROE doing its job, discipline, timing, and calm hands taking heat out of a live fuse. You watched a kill chain pause, then pivot. Not luck, protocol. Clear lines, tight comms, and leaders who ate the risk to keep triggers cold. The deck caught a jet, the command caught a problem. What would you have ordered? Engage, block the deck, or take the trap and control the pilot? Comment your choice below and subscribe for more hard looks at real crisis math. The pouch changes the fight. Intelligence versus escalation. We break that next.